Pataman is a great player, and he did so well in Gdansk, where we called him Peak Pataman, because he was performing at peak performance. He was so good there. Yeah.
He took down Tauntaun Batus.
With a Seeking. Yeah, Pataman had the Shadow Alone Ninetales. Yeah, Tauntaun had the Seeking.
And I believe that was a very spicy team from Tauntaun to get him that far. But of course, I don't think Charm Alolan Ninetales is that close to the meta anyway. Here right now in Bologna, I don't think anyone has brought it. It just doesn't make any sense into a Skarmory Lantern meta.
I don't know. I mean, Wigglytuff is pretty cool though.
I don't know why he keeps talking about the Wigglytuff. Maybe it's because he won a special event with the Wigglytuff. But let us know in the chat. Do you love Wigglytuff? Do you really dislike it? Or do you secretly play it and you don't tell anyone?
Sometimes you need some Pokemon that like force the matchup a little, like Bastiodon. We saw Tomahawk UK with the Shadow Bastiodon as well. But let's take a look at our next matchup where we have Orha on the left. We have Sir Corgus on the right with a Hippowdon and a Whimsicott as well. That is a spicy team. Fun fact, this is first tournament as well. Oh my goodness, is that a Buzzwole?
Oh my goodness, there's a Buzzwole versus a Hippowdon and a Whimsicott. This might be the best day ever for us. I feel like I haven't seen Buzzwole since Kosiak played it a long time ago, I think in Gdansk or
What does it do?
Nothing. It does nothing.
It does nothing?
It does nothing.
Does it beat a Hippowdon?
It does.
It probably does. Probably does.
It resists sand attack, but
does it alert Fire Fang? I think it alerts Fire Fang.
Let him cook.
Let him cook. I don't think we'll see a lot of Buzzwole there. It doesn't really have a great matchup into
anything here.
It's a terrible matchup. Lantern, with shields up because you have Lunge, right? Lunge is actually a surprisingly
it's a very good move.
Efficient charge attack that debuffs the opponent's attack. So the more shields there are in play, the better it is. Just not against Annihilate because everything is double resisted. Lickitung, good. Lickitung is good. And then Whimsicott and Mandibuzz are tough.
He's not bringing it. Let's keep it real here.
I mean, I hope he's bringing it. All right, I think our match is ready here. Here we go. We have the Shadow Gligar into the Mandibuzz. It's the Battle of the Birds.
This is a big problem for Borja here. He has nowhere to go with that Registeel in the back.
Yeah, Registeel. I mean, that's the one Pokemon. Oh, he's going to try and bait out something here. Baits out the Shadow Hippowdon.
Oh my goodness.
That is Sand Attack as well. No Fire Fang. Oh, that makes sense. You don't bring that into the Lantern otherwise.
I would be a little concerned if I saw Fire Fang, but here, Surf is going to put out... Oh, wow, that's actually quite a significant amount. But here's the problem. You cannot farm this down ever with Spark.
Spark is double resisted, going for, I believe this is Scourging Sand. It's super effective. It's a Shadow Hippowdon, and here it comes.
Boom!
It knocks out the Lantern!
That is a huge no shield from Bora, but I think he kind of recognized that. Maybe he feels now that his Registeel is very safe in the back, but if you're Sir Corgus, you know that is not the case.
I agree. Going for another Scourging Sand.
What?
This is double resistant, but perhaps he's trying to drop the attack here because it's 50% chance to drop the attack of the Gligar. And Gligar already has quite some energy as well. And he doesn't get the attack to. So what, was that worth it?
Honestly, that did an okay amount of damage. I think Weather Ball Rock would have done a lot more.
Oh, the catch on the aerial ace. Oh! That's resisted on the Registeel. But Sir Corgus does have that Annihilate in the back, though. He's building up to another charge attack. Is he going to try to catch us? This is a Flash Cannon Registeel, by the way. This doesn't have Zap Cannon. Now going into the Annihilate. A Flash Cannon is coming through. This is going to do a huge chunk of damage, but the lock-on fast attack from Registeel does about nothing.
Let's see his reaction. Does he know there's a Flash Cannon? Now he knows. But actually, I think this might make the matchup a little bit comfortable for Registeel, to be completely honest.
Registeel does pace a little bit faster now. I think this Shadow
might live this.
I think this doesn't knock out, but
you win zeros?
Actually, I would not be surprised if you do, but let's take it. I mean, with his energy lead, it does knock out. It hangs on barely, and he gets the Flash Cannon. It wins the zero shoot scenario. Are you going to shield this? And no, he doesn't shield this. I like this play from Sir Corgus.
I really like this play.
Yeah, he already has so much energy on that Mandibuzz, but the Gligar also has 100 energy.
And now even going for an extra Snarl, 2 Dark Pulses on the back of but actually opts to throw on alignment here. Maybe this is the window that Borja needs, but if he no-shields, this is going to be really good for him.
Oh, he does shield it.
He shields up the Aerial Ace. Now, he's over 100 energy, throws the Aerial Ace. This could get closer than Sir Corgus maybe wants to be, because one move, Dark Pulse or Aerial Ace, is not enough here to knock this Gligar out.
Exactly. He went 2 wing attacks over 100 energy. You cannot go over 100 energy because it won't add up. So that's wasted energy. Now finally shielding up that Mandibuzz now. But this Gligar needs so many areas here. I think a Dark Pulse will do about 45%. But going for the areas
no shield.
I think this might be a win condition for Borja if he no shields this. And he does shoot up though. Oof. That hurts.
Here's the problem now if you're Sir Corgus, you go straight for this Dark Pulse, and now I feel like he's going to have this game wrapped up. But if this is a good Gligar, it might just give him a window of opportunity because there's no way to snarl down.
And by good Gligar, I think you mean like one with high defense, high HP, going for the Dark Pulse now. Let's see if this will knock out Eric. This will get really close. I'm not sure if an Air Ace afterwards will also knock out from the Gligar.
It's not!
It hangs on, and it can get to... it gets to the Air Ace! Oh, what a close game here! Sir Corgus barely takes this battle, and he even used his Shadow Hippowdon, but Mandibus closed up the game, and that is a 1-0 score for Sir Corgus.
Sir Corgus kind of like showed his emotions that entire game. Every time he felt like it was going on, he's like kind of pumping his fist, kind of looking pretty happy. But I don't think he expected it to get that close towards the end. I would say that Dark Pulse was his lose condition because he just needed to go straight Aerial Ace there. Dark Pulse was not enough, as we noticed, and made it very unnecessarily close. Borja, though, seems extremely calm and collected on the left-hand side here of your screen, and basically played that from start to finish, not afraid of bad alignment, not afraid of those bad matchups, and we saw him using that Registeel, knowing exactly what he needed to do with the Flash Cannon to play out the zeros.
Flash Cannon is surprising moveset on that Registeel. I'm not sure what it really improves, at least not really in this matchup. It's better against Gligar and yeah, the Whimsicott as well. Whimsicott already is a pretty solid matchup because of Registeel's bulk.
Otherwise, all resisted. Now you one-shot.
Exactly. No, not exactly. Whimsicott will hang on, actually, after one Flash Cannon. It will probably knock out after the lock-ons,
yeah.
Exactly.
Which is even better for him.
I think the Registeel Flash Cannon just does a little... It's mainly for Gligar. There's no Gligar here on Sir Corgus' team.
But his Mandibuzz is so safe then, right?
Exactly. Mandibuzz doesn't really have that bad of a matchup against the...
Lantern and Azumarill. I don't know if this is exactly the best team to play Mandibuzz into. It still feels very bad to go up against the Azumarill.
He actually went so weak into the Azumarill, right, Sir Corgus? Because he had that Mandibuzz lead and the Hippowdon in the back, but both don't have a great matchup into that Azumarill.
I think Hippowdon is extremely weak against Azumarill because one Ice Beam is more than enough to take it out. We saw how much a Surf did. I mean, I think Ice Beam is just completely knocking out with the bubbles.
I think so too. Azumarill, the bubbles will definitely put it so low to Hippowdon. And I do like to see the Spice pick coming out though. I really respect that. The Shadow Hippowdon making the appearance and just taking out the Lantern in one single scourging sand. Let's go into game number 2 here. We have from Borja the Shadow Gligar into the Whimsicott from Sir Corgus, swapping into that Mandibuzz. And no! Oh, he swapped in. I think this is the wrong switch here, Eric.
This is not good for Borja, actually. He should have maybe swapped in the Azumarill, but perhaps he is anticipating the Hippowdon in the back.
I think I agree with you, but then you have the Gligar as well, which is super strong, right? Let's see how Borja is going to place. I think that Mandibuzz can win this matchup. There's no Zap Cannon. We've seen the Flash Cannon before from Sir Corgus, so Mandibuzz can just take this. It doesn't even put it into the yellow.
Wow, that does not do a very convincing amount of damage. But if this Flash Cannon is going to put the Mandibuzz in a potential lock-on down range, this could be very bad for the backline. What here wants to see energy from the Registeel?
About nothing.
Yeah.
About nothing. Yeah, I guess you can take something on the Lantern, but it will still do about like 45%. In comes another Dark Pulse. Do you think 2 Dark Pulse?
He goes over 100.
Yeah,
he went over 100 energy.
Exactly.
For no reason.
Well, let's see. Dark Pulse coming through now.
No way.
I don't think 2 will... Yeah, 2
will
not be enough. It's not enough.
This is going to be a fast move race, potentially. Does he maybe even try to catch something? No, just going to play this out very cleanly. And if you're Borja, I think here, you just let this Registeel go down and you farm with the Gligar.
I think that is your play at this point. He doesn't know the backline just yet, though. Going right before the areas is Sir Corgus. No, he's not going to for switch advantage here. Going for a farm down now. And now...
this Lantern.
Yeah, the Lantern is looking very good, but going for the farm now with the Whimsicott. This is wild.
This is a wild idea. Can he farm down? He can! Flash Cannon coming down. Sir Corgus may have made a crucial mistake inside of this game.
Here we go. Flash Cannon is being shielded at the very last second. That would have done so much damage. But where do you take this damage from the Whimsicott? Because it's pretty attack weighted. Moonblast hits really hard. Azumarill has like nowhere to go.
If you put the Azumarill here, oh no. Moonblast coming through. Do you call the bait? 2 shields up. It is just the Moonblast. It's going through 2 shields.
Here we go. Moonblast being charged. It comes in. Boom! Wow, a lot of damage on the Gligar. And it's still C-Bomb as well on the charge stick priority.
Borja may have made a little bit of a mistake here. Tried to farm up 1 extra wing attack, but it's going to allow him to actually get out that C-Bomb and force a shield. If you're Sir Corgus now, you look at this backline and you see Lantern is good against everything. He needs to put on the Lantern and just sweep the game that way.
Let's the aerial ace go now. In comes Lantern. Borja knows you need to get the 2 charge stacks here. But can your Gligar hang on? Can he get to an aerial ace and then dig here? Go into the Azumarill, storing the dig here. But I don't know how optimal this is. This gives Lantern so much momentum.
I think he should have just played it out. There was never going to be a spark down. He could have just thrown 2 digs. And honestly, he would have just won the game, I think.
I think Borja knows at this point, if only I brought my Azumarill into that Mandibuzz instead of the Registeel without Zap Cannon, going for the player of Bear. But there's no way Sir Kogas is going to shoot any of this because he knows there's that dig stored on the Gligar.
Yeah, great calls, honestly, from both players. But I think if you're Borja, you can see the vision. If that was a Powdon in the back, you would need the Azumarill 100%. And putting that Registeel in that position would basically be an instant lose.
I agree. Going for a serve here. Won't knock out yet. Can he get to another player off? I think a player off wouldn't even knock out the Lantern just yet. Going for the aerial ace bait at this point. Do you shield this as
grasping for straws here.
There's no reason to no shield here. Is he going to go? Oh, he does shield though. Can you get to a dig now? I think that the Gligar is running out of time here. Let's see. Can it get to that dig? It's 1 Wing Attack. Oh, it doesn't get there. And Sir Kogas wins this matchup by 2-0.
Wonderful plays here. Whimsicott didn't have a great start to this game, but farming down the Registeel, actually, we thought it was crazy, but it was the right play because that energy was so efficient against everything from the opposing side. Even that Gligar, basically, the Whimsicott got 2 moves up, and after that, I think it was game over.
The thing is, the Azumarill just had nowhere to go after it wasn't aligned to the Mandibuzz. I think that's the exact place where you want Azumarill at about any time, because it's so strong into that matchup. Mandibuzz has the resisted fast attack Snarl, and Aerial Ace is not the most efficient charge attack. Azumarill wins this with like 50% HP and 100 energy.
I just thought about it, actually. If he swaps the Azumarill into the Mandibuzz and is worried to hit Powdon on the back, just put the Gligar on that and then put the Registeel onto the Whimsicott and you just win that way, right?
Exactly. The Gligar was in such a good position if it was Hippowdon as well. It's also pretty good into Hippowdon because Sand Attack from Hippowdon is also double resistant on Gligar. Gligar would have been in such a dominant position either way. So yeah, putting that Registeel without Zap Cannon on the Mandibuzz, it didn't feel right. It's not what we used to see, right?
But if you're him and you're a player who's played a lot of GBL to kind of prepare for this tournament, you've probably always played Registeel with Zap Cannon, right?
I would think so, yeah.
You're just swapping it immediately, like thinking, oh, it's Zap Cannon. But he might have teched something a little bit different for this tournament, had a different charge attack than he was used to, and obviously paid the price here inside of game number 2.
Oh, Borja, it's not even his first rodeo. He already played like 4 or 5 tournaments. So he does have some experience here, and I believe he does hit the Legend rank in the Go Battle League quite frequently. On the other hand, Sir Kogas, it's his first tournament here, right? He brought all those spicy Pokemon, and I loved that he brought both of them. They have Powdon and the Whimsicott, not both in the same game, but in different games. And they both were really good actually as well, right? The Whimsicott taking a shield from a Gligar. Crazy.
Yeah, Whimsicott is not exactly what we expect to see here in this meta with so much Skarmory. But if we're speaking about spicy picks, let's take a look at the Stockholm recap where we saw some spicier Pokemon like Magneton take the entire tournament.
Let's go, trainers, for a quick recap of the 2024 Stockholm Regional Championships. I'm Tomahawk UK, and I was there the day that Paulasha97 took Sweden by storm with Shadow Magnezone. Stockholm was the last European regional event in the World of Wonders season. Many suggested that the meta had settled by this point, with high usage for Pokemon including Gligar, Cresselia, and Lantern. Even Tonton Batus, a player known for anti-meta picks, built his team around these 3 Pokemon. However, in typical European fashion, Stockholm was an event full of spice, particularly of the Shadow variety. One pick that stood out during the weekend was Shadow Sableye. This was a Pokemon we'd only seen a handful of times in the 2024 Play Pokemon circuit. However, some trainers, such as Stone Collection, had built a reputation for taking Shadow Sableye to great success. Now, although Shadow Sableye made its way to the grand finals of Stockholm, it was actually a different Shadow Pokemon that ended up taking the crown, as well as much of the spotlight that weekend. Paulasha97's mesmerizing use of Shadow Magnezone will go down in the history books. An anti-meta pick that lay havoc to a huge number of opponents along the way. Paulasha took full advantage of Shadow Magnezone's steel and electric typing, and paired it with a future sight Cresselia to form a core that powered through so many talented trainers. taking gold at Stockholm shortly thereafter not only made Paul Asher the second European player to win 2 regional